Um, our goal for this CalFresh Basics webinar is just to teach you guys a little bit about the basics and hopefully motivate a lot of people to apply since it's really beneficial. And as previously mentioned, it's just really helpful during these COVID, I guess, times. So, some of the objectives, we want to help you guys learn about the basics of CalFresh, understanding how eligibility works for UCSD students, and find out what applying looks like as a student. We also want to show you guys some of the additional perks and benefits for CalFresh users and just understand how the program helps fight food insecurity. So what is CalFresh? I'm sure a lot of you here are interested to know, or maybe you've heard it like thrown loosely around. So CalFresh is California's Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, known as SNAP, and it awards those who are eligible with monthly grocery benefits based on individual need. So this means that you could get up to $234 in grocery benefits every month. And maybe you guys are more familiar with the word food stamps. It's essentially the same thing. It's just been changed to CalFresh and SNAP just for like to get rid of some stigma that food stamps had. Um, so who's eligible? Immigrants, they must be a US citizen, legal permanent residents, seniors who are over 60, disabled people, SSI recipients, and specifically here we help out students. We help students out because there's a bit of requirements here, as you can see. So for students to be eligible, they must be between the ages of 18 through 49 and at least enrolled half-time in an institution of higher education. And they must be physically and mentally able to attend school and work. So for this first section, you have to meet all of this criteria, but you must only meet one of these following ones. And most students fall into this first category, which is if they receive the Cal Grant A or B, or if they're approved and accepted for federal work study, or if they work for 20 hours a week on an average of 80 hours per month. Again, you only have to meet one of these. So a lot of students actually fall into this category. And for graduate students, we actually extended the eligibility. And one of the new ones is if you're a student of the chemistry and biochemistry doctoral program. So yeah, let me talk a little bit more about COVID temporary eligibilities. So due to COVID, we've decided to just expand our eligibility a bit. So now instead of just accepting your federal work study, as long as you're eligible for work study, you'll be good. And a way to check for this is in your financial aid letter, you should have been emailed that you qualify for work study, or you can also email the financial aid office. You can email them the work study verification form just for reassurance. And another expansion we have is if you are determined to receive $0 for the expected family contribution. Um, you can also check this through Trident link on the financial aid tab. And of course, because COVID, this is only going to stay in effect for 30 days after. So after those 30 days, these temporary eligibilities won't be there anymore, and you'll have to meet one of the previous ones. So how do you apply? A lot of students actually apply independently, which we do have on our website some more information on how to do this. So you can use our bit.ly website here, bit.ly/UCSD CalFresh, or more information here. But we do advise for students to apply with us. You can actually schedule an appointment with us and we can walk you through the process and just explain what everything is. And students actually prefer to have assistance as we are there to help them through the process and just give them some tips of how to do it and just explain everything thoroughly. So you can actually schedule an appointment with us through this Google form or this CalFresh assistance form. But we do encourage you to review the eligibility guidelines before scheduling an appointment, just so you know what you must meet in order to be eligible. Uh, and I can pass it over to Ellie, where she can talk about the required documents to apply.
All right, thank you, Stephanie. And just a reminder, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat at any time and we will respond to them there. So you will need some documents to apply for CalFresh. And the first and most important thing I'm going to say is to make sure that your full legal name is on all of them. It is a lot easier than you think to omit your name from those documents. So the first thing you'll need is a valid picture ID that has to have your picture on it and your full legal name. That can be your driver's license or student ID or passport. Also a reminder, if you're applying with others, that you need to submit their IDs as well. The next thing you'll need is a copy of your financial aid award letter that you can find via the financial aid tool on Triton link. Stephanie was talking about the exemptions before that make you eligible for CalFresh, and your award letter should state them on there. That will be Cal Grant A or B, Federal Work Study, for example. And if you're applying with the Cal Grant exemption, you'll also need to submit your CSAC award letter that you received after applying for FAFSA. The next thing you'll need is proof of income in the form of pay stubs or income receipts from the last 30 days if you're working a non-work study job. If you're a UC student worker, you can access your pay stubs with UC Path. And of course, if you don't have income, then you don't need to submit proof of it. The next thing you'll need is proof of rent or leasing agreement. If you live off campus, that will be in the form of a formal lease or rental agreement if your name is on that document. If you're subleasing and your name is not on that document, you can fill out something called the sublease agreement with your name and information on it and the signature of the person you're renting from. If you live on campus, that will be your housing and dining contract. If you don't have that, you can fill out a form called the signature of tenancy doc and send that to HDH. Just remember, when you email HDH, you need to have your PID in there. And the last thing you'll need is proof of student status, and you can submit that by downloading your student schedule from WebReg. Just a reminder about the name thing, if you just take a screenshot of your student schedule, it will not have your name on it, so make sure to download it. And on a case-by-case basis, you may need to submit additional documents, and we can definitely help you figure out if that applies to you. So after you apply, normally within 2 weeks, you'll receive an interview appointment with a county worker in the physical mail. I know we're all used to everything going through email, but this will be in your mailbox. They'll call you from a block number for an interview. This is not an interrogation. They're not trying to catch you out. This is just verification of questions you've already answered. So about a week or so after your interview, again in the physical mail, you'll receive an approval or denial letter. However, because of COVID, these interviews are very often being waived. So you'll either not have an interview or it'll be very short. So if you don't receive the interview appointment in the mail within 2 weeks, don't worry about it. This probably means it was just waived, and you'll receive your approval or denial letter within 3 to 4 weeks. If you feel that you've been wrongfully denied, remember that being denied does not mean that you're not eligible. It could have been something as simple as your name wasn't on a document. So please feel free to reach out to us. We can check on your case and we can review your case and fix any mistakes within 30 days to help you reapply. So once you get approved, you'll receive again in the physical mail 2 things, your EBT card and your PIN. Your EBT card has your benefits loaded onto it, and it'll work just like a debit card. You can use it at most grocery stores and farmers markets, as well as online to buy groceries at Amazon and Walmart, for example, and can have it delivered to you. Your PIN will be the 4-digit code that you use with your EBT card. You can also use it at the locations on the slide on campus, which is very convenient. So we all love free things. Good news, CalFresh also comes with additional perks and benefits. Some that we want to highlight are things like the restaurant meals program, where you can use your EBT card at participating restaurants. These are usually fast food restaurants. There's also a great deal from San Diego Gas and Electric, where you can get a discount of 30% or more on your monthly bill, 50% off Amazon Prime, and a program called Market Match, which is a California Healthy Food Initiative. And you can use your EBT card at farmers markets, and they'll match you up to $10 of your benefits. So that's $20 of tokens or vouchers. There's also the Mas Fresco program that'll give you $1 for every dollar of EBT money that you spend on fruits and vegetables at participating Northgate Gonzalez markets, up to $40. Free admissions or special discounts from Museums for All, and free or low-cost home or cell phone service through the Lifeline program. And we dropped in the chat information, our website link, where you can find more information on all of these programs. So we really appreciate everyone showing up today and listening. We also want to highlight that we're having a virtual clinic next week, May 28th, 1 to 3 p.m. There again, we'll be raffling away $100 gift cards. We'll also have financial aid workers, county workers, and ourselves there to answer all of your eligibility questions. And we want to point you towards additional campus resources like the Triton Food Pantry. We are part of the Hub's Basic Needs Center that also has a wide variety of other programs like the Food Recovery Network, Emergency Meal Assistance Program, and budget-friendly cooking demos. For additional food assistance, there's also an affordable grocery store map on our website, the grocery shuttle, and free food notification system via the UCSD app. If you have any questions, again, please feel free to drop them in the chat or reach us at the contact information of the slide. We really appreciate you all coming and listening, and we hope you learned a lot about CalFresh and that you know that you can reach out to us at any time for any assistance. That's what we're here for. So we're going to email you within the next few weeks if you want a gift card, and I'm going to pass it off to Spaces to tell you about how you're going to get your boba straws, and then we'll go to
Yeah.
the Q&A.
Yeah, thank you all so much for the presentation. Let me just send you all the link. So it's kind of a two-parter. Let me put it in the chat. So the first, I know there's 53 people, but the first, I think it's like 35 students to fill out the evaluation form. Will be able to receive the boba straws. So yeah, I'll put it in the chat. Please let me know if it works. So the first part is pretty much just a like evaluation of what you thought of the event, maybe what kind of events you all would like to see. Yeah, and then the second part is asking for your address so that we are able to deliver the boba straws to your place. But yeah, that should be it. Please let me know if you all have any complications with that. But yeah. I think that's it. If yeah, and yeah, definitely. If you all have any questions, I think y'all can definitely unmute yourselves or put it in the chat. Oh, I'll stop recording.